Good morning, my fellow patriots. Welcome to another episode of the Patriot News Network. I know everybody is just absolutely curious as to what in the world is going on in this world. We're gonna cover a little bit, and then yeah, take some Q&A and go from there. But yeah, we are welcome, Missouri. Glad to see that you're here. I'm glad everybody is coming in. And I see Shelly's here from Oklahoma. Welcome. I know we're only a minute in, but people are starting to roll in. So I am New Orleans in the house. I am hope, hopefully everybody is doing well. And after a few more moments, we're going to jump into this and just get started. Pennsylvania. I got two from Pennsylvania. I'm surprised we haven't seen New York yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Washington, Georgia, perfect. We are going to be getting started very quickly. Thank you guys so much for sharing the message that we are live. So, good morning from Tennessee. Perfect. Welcome. Yeah. Morning, Tracy. How you guys doing today? Who's seeing all the craziness going on? And guys, I have to be honest. I was very shocked when somebody posted in the Signal platform that news article, and just shortly after it was posted, it was I got reached out to. So I'm gonna discuss that a little bit, and then we're gonna move into some of the actual news stories that are going on, and we'll go from there. So, wife's bathroom coming along? It's not yet, anyways. I'm gonna get that started today. As you guys can tell, you can see a lot more of me today than you have in the past. I did move the studio around a little bit. Right now, I am actually broadcasting from my new studio in my basement. So there might be noise coming overhead, but guys, we're going to try to keep that to a minimum. So, yeah, what's the tea? Well, there's only one tea that I have, and or I drink, and that's the Snapple peach tea. But that's gone. Everything else was Pepsi. So, guys, I know you guys can see my microphone now. You can see that I'm actually talking to the microphone, but I by moving it downstairs, I actually have a lot more freedom to move around, and you guys can see more of my hand gestures. I know a lot of people think that I must be New Yorker because I speak with my hands. It's a New York joke, guys. Cool your jets. But yeah, we'll definitely jump into the things. And oh, I see. I was I was not understanding what you were saying. So we're gonna discuss a news story, guys. And I know everybody's probably sick and tired of hearing this, but I thought it was worth reading. And so, guys, somebody sent this to me, and I am absolutely glad that they did, because this Washington Post article, there's a reason I do not, until I can confirm stuff, there is a reason I do not talk about stuff. So, and the very end of this piece is where I really made a made some headway, and they must have did some digging because the Washington Post actually reached out to me as well, and I didn't realize what they're doing. But there's going to be another two-part that actually goes into this other broadcast or this other channel that's been putting out a lot of information that and charging for it. But yeah, anyways, so the takeaway from this is when the Washington Post calls you out for not being truthful, it's really interesting. So Bardash, which everybody knows is Daewoo, said he wouldn't say who he voted for. He said he identifies as an independent, but has been intrigued by the false claims that Joe Biden lost election. I'm no Trump fan by any means, but I think we need to have a new election for the good of the country. I'm not sure what to believe. Bardash had more questions than answers Thursday, but it was his job to find something true. So he gestured to the building behind him and smiled beneath his blue surgical mask. Hi, I'm live outside the White House, he said to the phone, motioning with his other hand. At least that much was true. Guys, Washington Post, I'm not a big fan of them, but when the Washington Post calls you out for being out there, it's probably a good reason to stay away because the Washington Post, they don't usually do hit pieces on independent journalists or even people that are reporting for somebody, regardless of the claims. So, yep, they probably were proud of him making the news, but that is definitely not the news story that I want written about me. So, yeah, Tammy, and I appreciate each and every single person. When you guys share news articles like that, normally I don't give them a whole lot of airtime because I try to be very clear with how things are. But there's a reason I don't have news articles being written about me in that light. There has been several articles written about me in from Washington Post, Huffington Post, all those guys. They have written articles that use a lot of the information that I have given them. They don't identify me directly, but they are about what I'm doing. So, yeah, WAPO wants us to think on PNN. No, they wanted to they seen that I was attached to them before, and they reached out to me to see why I wasn't with them anymore. They wanted to get the scoop as to why it wasn't there. And I said, well, there's a lot of stuff that's involved, but you you guys you guys know how to do your jobs. So the way they are going is not good to wake up people and give them false information. No, when you plan a psyop or when you're going to do a psyop, you have 30 days. It takes 30 days to break a mind. And basically, when you're feeding people information and it continually turns out to be false, it doesn't matter to people who do these kind of things because somewhere down the line, something is bound to be true. And it's, see, we reported something true, but if you don't reinforce a broken mind, it causes them to spiral. And I know there's psychiatric or psychotherapists that watch this. I know because they've reached out to me, and I'm pretty certain that what I'm saying is 100% true. If you break somebody's mind, you will destroy their ability to think reasonably. So it makes you mad that he was mentioned. It don't make me mad at all, because calling somebody out like that, Daewoo, in my opinion, this is just me. If he had the ability to do report and it was through a different channel, I think that man is a very honorable man. But as you get diluted more and more and more, you tend to follow along and do what you're told. So you following along on all the chat rooms, people grab onto anything that's true or not. Yeah, that's why I'm very conscientious about making sure that if there's if there's speculation, if there's truth, whatever, you have to report the truth. If you don't, and you just tinfoil hat everything, you're not going to survive very long. So they say citizen journalists or something called, and then the Post is calling a credible source. In my opinion, that's so ironic. Yeah, I mean, there's if you reading through the article, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that last portion of it was very crystal clear and very condescending. And if it was my name, I'd be very ashamed to even have my name associated. So sure wouldn't want a bunch of pissed off patriots after me for telling them untruths. No, but how long is it going to take before they understand that what they're being fed is a spoon? It has been shovelfuls of garbage. Yeah, and like I said, I have no Daewoo. I never had a problem with him. So, but yeah, there's a lot of BS out there. In other news, guys, everybody knows this. Joe Biden still has yet to schedule the State of the Union. Do I do I assume that there's going to happen? No, but I assume it's probably going to happen sometime soon. The State of the Union does not have to be delivered in person; it just has to be delivered. So there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. People saying that it has to be in person. It don't. So let's take a look at a calendar real quick, and then oh boy, according to yeah, I'm too young to remember. Yeah, I probably am. I'm not very old. So Mustang Medic was interviewed and he blew it. Yeah. So Yeah. So let's take a look at what I know people are real curious as to what Joe Biden is up to today. According to according to his schedule, the daily brief is at 9:50. I'm surprised it's that late. To be honest, most daily briefs are actually ran at 7:30, 8 o'clock. So, and then they're supposed to have a in-town press pool call time, and then an 11 a.m. press briefing by the COVID-19 response team. 12:30, Jim Psaki, and then 3 p.m. the president's supposed to host an event with the CEOs of Johnson and Johnson and Merck. So, guys, we will be definitely seeing if we can get a live stream inside the meeting with Merck and Merck, or Merck and Johnson. If we can get that, we will bring it live, because I think, guys, as much as we hate to give a whole lot of credibility to Joe Biden, we still have to know what's being said behind the closed doors. Trans Democracy dies in darkness. The republic dies in darkness. If we don't report on and stream stuff that's going on, we things things can go very bad very quickly, because then what do we have to rely on? We have the mainstream media. So we I'm going to start including a lot of that stuff in, because it matters, and we'll provide running commentary as those things progress. So, Joe Glenn, where's who at? Patriots look out for each other. When you make Patriots pay in order to gain information to keep you and your family safe and in the know, they are not true patrons. Patrons who look out for each other do not charge each other. Dang straight. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're on our Signal group. I don't know if you've been to the website. Guys, the website is still in progress. All the videos are live there. So if you guys want to go take a look, we're working through the last few kinks and making it look a little bit prettier, but it is live for you guys to go and take a look. So, so yeah, guys, we do. I have press credentials? Yes, I have White House press credentials. If and when I get somebody in Washington that's able to do it, it's $700 a month for me to keep those press credentials active once they're being used. So it's not going to it's not cheap for me, but eventually I do plan on having somebody in Washington D.C. that is able to report straight from the briefing room. So yeah, I will, as things progress closer and closer to those times, we will definitely be bringing it to you guys. Hopefully, eventually, we will bring those live to you each and every single day. So yeah, he don't have a whole lot going on today, but it's just the way it is. Everybody, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. He was supposed to do a today's Thursday. Nope. So tomorrow he is supposed to be doing a address to the nation, which we will we will bring everybody live, because even if it's for comedy, but we it's important to be informed. It's important to not have the filter of the mainstream media, but it's also important for people to understand that this is the way things are done. We're not going to see all of the stuff that is hidden unless we're reporting stuff live. Because the live stuff, like when Jen's doing the circle back girl, when she's doing her press conference, it doesn't make sense to just sit there and heads in the sand. Because I know as much as we don't want to report on that kind of stuff, it's important because that's where they're talking about all these major issues that are going on. And we need to know, not be handed to us by Newsmax or Epic Times or anywhere else. We need to know as it's being streamed. So we will definitely be getting more aggressive in the fact that we're going to be chasing down the live streams and stuff like that and making it more accessible to everybody. So, but yeah, any questions as to where I'm going with this, guys? Because I want people to understand that we, I'm actually building it out to where I will be able to have there's going to be content that's going to be discussed each and every single day, each and every single hour. I'm working to talk to a few other influencers, and we're trying to chop things up hour by hour blocks so people can tune in all day long. So I think that's where we need to go. Maybe I'm wrong, and sound off in the chat if you think I am wrong, because if I need to redirect things, I can. But so, guys, I appreciate the patience that you guys have had. I'm not I'm not the smoothest talker. I'm not the smoothest thinker, but I'm definitely more open-minded to things when I'm getting feedback, because I want people to be taken care of. So maybe not bite off so much to start with. Yeah. Well, here here's the thing, and I'm gonna just throw this up there. Just it is a major undertaking, but guys, if we're gonna turn this into a full blown news organization, we need to do certain things, and that means I'm going to have to start advertising and running ads and stuff like that. I'm actually going to start. We're pushing forward with actually streaming on Roku, and in the process of buying a radio station and a TV broadcasting station. So there's a lot of money being spent. It's not just little drips and digs here and there. So tired of smooth talkers. Yes, real people, real news. There's that is how things work. What you guys get for free, other people are having to pay for, and it's guys. If you want to know the reality of how expensive starting up a broadcasting station is, I'm gonna just fill you in. It's not that I'm asking for money, but I want you guys to understand when people buy cable or whatever, it's split between 150 channels or whatever. Little bits of that money is split between that much. So in order to buy a TV station, it costs $7.5 million. I'm getting outside investors because I know that I don't have that kind of money. just laying around. So the radio station, $3.5 million as well. So total, you're talking $11 million. So you started sharing on Facebook? No. I stay away from the topics that can get me shut down there. And yeah, somebody's going to get mad at me and they're going to report me, but I've been reported before and I had a simple fireback and they released all the claims to this video. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, guys, behind the scenes, talking to people. Jason's been invaluable, and the development team behind the website. Guys, once the website's up and running and really available and looking good, I'm definitely going to advertise for the gentleman who has been pulling the strings for the website behind the scenes, because he has done an absolutely amazing job making sure that I'm taken care of step by step by step by step. Because I can build a website, and I've built websites before, but there are certain things with this website and doing what we're doing that has not been very conducive. It's not something that I'm very good at. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him. And I know a lot of people, you guys have your own businesses, and I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. If you have a business that you want advertised, let me know. The email is down right now, but if you send a message in Signal, I'll get it, and we'll definitely put an advertisement up on the website for you. So I'm just going through and making sure. Yeah, Jason, you're absolutely correct. When we talk about the controversial subjects, we try really hard not to talk about them with saying their names. We'd rather talk about those subjects in a broad generality, so people can actually see what is real. They can look at a broad spectrum instead of just narrow. Because the second you go out there and say the CV, right away people are going to say, "Oh, you're talking about you know what?" When I could be talking about a whole plethora of different bugs out there. So yeah, we are definitely going to we want to hear from people. What matters to you? If something matters to you, we want to know about it. And we want to be able to grab the information that's available. So and we want to cross check and double check and triple check and all that, because it matters to every single person out there who is listening now or will listen in the future. So don't get into the money factor, guys. Honestly, I haven't taken any corporate sponsors, and I have yet to take a corporate sponsor. The only sponsor the only place that we even have any affiliation with is Teespring in regards to outside sourcing for income, and that's why we've been using them as our store host for as long as we have. So, but yeah, that's how the equipment's being paid for, that and donations. but I don't go and ask for it. If people want to donate, they can. There's ways to do it, but I'm not out there asking for people. If they want to buy products, they can go to the store and buy some products. I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to tell them they shouldn't, but I'm not going to say, "Oh, definitely, you definitely need to go buy stuff." We don't want that. I need a Pepsi sponsorship. Yeah, because every day I have a Pepsi in my hand. Guys, I drink my coffee in the morning. I drink 2 or 3 cups. And another thing, guys, the coffee that I drink is home roasted. So we do roast coffee. Just so you guys are aware of that. It sounds like the kids are going crazy. But okay. Anyways, guys, I know you didn't really hear to talk. You didn't come here to discuss all the business side of things. I know you guys have questions. Go ahead and say it. Pepsi's better than a bud in my hand. Yeah, guys, that's one thing that you will never see on my channel. I will not advertise alcohol. I will not advertise tobacco. I will not advertise any of that because I don't drink, and I'm not pressing that on anybody else, but I don't drink, and it keeps my mind solid. So home roasted coffee. Yeah, we a buddy of mine. He actually is a coffee roaster out in Washington State. So shout out to people in Washington. He owns Lucky Java Coffee, and yeah, he roasts it from his house and he sells it. So he sends me samples here and there, and yeah, I just grind it up, pop it in the Keurig, and out comes a cup of coffee. So okay, now Jason, you're starting to go there, huh? So guys, I am one of those people who absolutely loves making sure that everybody stays informed. But just know that Jason and I truly appreciate each and every single person that's here. We appreciate all the people that are tuning in here or after the fact. It's words can't even express how much we appreciate that. Did I hear that the dogs were going back to the White House? Really? That I haven't heard yet, but I will look into that. That's interesting. Grumpy, on your way to Sioux Falls. Hopefully everything goes well for you. If you need anything, feel free to reach out, man. Black Rifle Coffee is a company that's awesome and veteran owned. Yes, I have personally never tried their coffee, but I'll have to try them. Okay. BS, guys. There's honesty is not coming out of the White House. If you wanted honesty, that checked out on January 20th at noon from the White House, anyways. So the White House got the White House hasn't told the truth for a long time. So we're we're gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna do everything I can to see what the hell's going on because it matters. So Sally, if you reach out to me on Signal, I'd be glad to answer those questions. Or if it's something that we can address as a whole group. If you reach out to me on Signal, we can between Jason and I, we can try to explain it later on tonight when we go live. Biden probably doesn't know where he's at most of the time. That's true. I mean, if you watch a live stream yesterday that they were doing from that little business, that hardware store, he looked like he was completely out of his element. He's probably never set foot in a hardware store in his life. So, yeah, I think he's kind of out of his element. So, yeah, questions, comments, concerns. I know I'm just kind of rambling this morning and I'm not really getting into too much details on too many things, but tried to send some videos on Signal. I never got them. In my opinion, it is the worst case of elder abuse. So, I actually agree with this one. I'm so far behind on what's going on. Is there a joke? Is there a shot at this joke of an election being overturned? The long and the short, the, the long answer is yes, there's a chance. The short answer is no. Let me quantify that because people are going to start crucifying me in the comments, and I know it. So let's quantify that. So the short answer, without a lot of major changes happening, it's going to be very difficult for it to happen. Here's why I say that. So all of them except for one election challenge has been thrown out. And I say one because there was one that was filed on October 2nd, a month prior, that the Supreme Court justices actually agreed to hear before the election. And now it is actually coming up for arguments. So when those arguments come up, we will definitely be bringing those. So, but yeah, you're asking if there's a chance. There's a reason I say what I say. I talk about the convention states. I talk about all of this stuff because it really needs to happen. We need to have the term limits for our congressional leaders. We need to have term limits for pretty much anybody in federal office. I don't care if they're a federal employee, 20 years, pop, done. If they try to go over 20 years, they're out. They're gone. That will make people know that there's a finite line. Even because crime and corruption shouldn't pay, but yet they're paying in dividends in Congress. Mike Lindell says he has more proof coming out soon. Did you hear anything about that? No, but I will reach out to his media team today and I will see if I can't get a scoop on it. So, I think this is supposed to read, is it possible the person playing him yesterday froze when they wanted to question him? Possibility, but I don't really know. So, the Arizona, the audit is actually happening. They don't talk about it. They're not talking about it, but the audit is happening. So I'm actually eagerly waiting. They're supposed to be releasing a report in the next couple of weeks. So as soon as we have a copy of that report, we will let you guys know, and then we'll post it up at the website so people can actually read it for themselves. So obviously, the Insurrection Act was never signed. It was signed back in 2018, but it's only 2 years, and January 3rd was the second year, or the end of that second year. So it was never renewed, unfortunately. So I hope I answered that for you. Yes, they need to do that in Georgia as well. But there's several states that are overhauling all their election stuff, so we will be keeping track of that as more and more news comes out about that. So okay. Watch Mike on Charlie Kirk last week. If you could get me a if you could actually get me a link, I will go and do that. But yeah, guys, we are doing everything we can to make this the best channel possible for each and every single one of you. And I hope you guys are appreciative of all the hard work that's going into it. I know I'm not the most popular guy. I don't have the high numbers and all that stuff, but we are doing everything we can to disseminate actual concrete stuff that we can use to move forward. Where do we go from here? How do we do it? What do we need to do? Why? When? Where? Seeing an article about Louisiana refusing a contract with Dominion. Yeah, there's 6 states right now that are the 6 states that were in contest are actually talking about outlawing Dominion voting machines due to the ability to manipulate them. So, guys, I know I'm not right at an hour. If you guys have comments or whatever, I will try to get to them as much as possible, but I am going to have to get ready and get moving on some stuff. So we appreciate each and every single one of you coming. So yeah, I was trying to reread it too. So HR1 passed the House. It still needs to have a 60 vote to pass the Senate, and there's no chance that it'll get 60 votes. So the that yeah, we will cover that tonight. So yeah, we will be back tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll discuss a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, I don't think I don't think it will pass, but it has to have a super majority. Vote. Okay, so voting laws, they still have to have they still have to have a 60 vote threshold. Any changes, major changes like that, have to have a 60 vote threshold, unless they remove the filibuster. But if they do that, they'll destroy their own message. So, but guys, I know each and every single one of you guys are eager to get on with your day and eager to move forward. So, as these different events come up through the day, we will go live with like a press briefing, and if we can get that Merrick and Johnson meeting, if we can get a live stream off of that, we're going to grab that and I'll let you guys know. So, Queenie, if you go to the Signal group, it is on there. So, and I can, if you send me a message, I can get that as well. But yes, my wife is telling me I need to get that bathroom finished. So, guys, as you guys all know that I say, you guys have a pen and you guys have a microphone. Use them. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless you guys. God bless the United States of America. And we'll see you tonight.